everybody. Today we spent the first part of the day in Flagstaff and we were running errands and I was taking a shower and yeah, that kind of stuff. And now Olive and I are sort of scouting out potential camping up here in the mountains between Ausia's property and Flagstaff. Right now we're at a wildlife area. I don't think you can camp here, but yeah, I found a couple of good spots. I mean, there's a lot of roads, forest roads to explore here, and we only went down a few of them. And I found couple pretty good ones, and they both have cell service, and yeah. So what I'm thinking is they're predicting high temperatures up where Ausia is, and like in a few days. So I'm thinking maybe in a few days I might head back this direction. It's not too terribly far from her. Here it's all Ponderosa pine trees and aspens too. And so you can be in shade. Whereas at Ausia's, there's a few kind of, tiny, they're not tiny, but they're just not tall. So they don't provide a good amount of shade. And last time we were up here, it was warm. It was in the upper 80s, and we were dying. So we'll see how it goes. But I just wanted some backup spots. I also have to come back to town to Flagstaff to do some laundry and make our way back to Ausia's again before her birthday. So that's the plan. And now I know where a couple of good spots are. Now we're only about, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 minutes from the property. Well, from the area. To get back into her property, it takes a while once you're off the highway. So getting back on the road. Hey everybody, we're here in northern Arizona at Ausia's property, and it is peaceful here, especially today. In general it is, but today most people have gone to town, so they'll be there. Some of them will be there all day. Some of them are spending the night. They brought their homes with them. I was very tempted to do so, but decided just didn't. It didn't have to happen for me. I just need to be smart about taking my rig, in and out and driving it a lot. So just trying to be responsible with money. And, but it's nice being here with hardly anyone here. Like I said, it's just very peaceful. We're all here for Ausia's birthday coming up. It's not a little over a week still, but she's nice enough to allow some of us to come and just stay while she's here getting ready for the party. And, try to lend a hand here and there when we can, when she needs help. I will not be showing you a lot of her property, all of the upgrades and decorating and all that stuff that she did. So definitely check out her channel, because I know she did a lot of work. So if you're interested, go over and check it out. She'll be putting out videos about it. But we're just here to have fun and celebrate Ausia. And Olive loves it here. She can be off leash a good amount of the time because Ausia's property is quite large. And then our good friends own the 20 acres next door. So it's a good time to give Olive some freedom. I don't allow her to just, wander aimlessly, but she can... she can have a bit of freedom. So I'm not going to have a whole lot to film. So my videos are probably going to jump. I have quite a backlog right now, so I'll just be going through that footage and putting out those videos, and then probably jump quite a bit into the future, because I'm going to leave most of the filming here up to Ausia to film or not to film. And yeah, so I'll be filming a lot more when we get back out on the road. And until then, I'll be here, sitting in the shade. Look at this cool little cup. My friend Nicole made it. I love it. Thanks, Nicole. Even though Olive has her freedom here, I do appreciate that she chooses to come and sit next to me in the shade. Look at the unicorn is flying in a dust devil. Oh, it's done.
It'll pick up again, I'm sure. We just had a little microburst and the blow up.
Hey everybody, we're sorry, we're leaving Ausia's property right now because we need to go to Flagstaff. Can you see in front of me? There's a giant dust cloud, and I think that was made just by one vehicle because up ahead of us there are no cinders. So that's what I've heard. So it's like crazy what one vehicle can do. It's one Jeep coming towards us. I think we're gonna get dusted out again. I don't know where to turn. All of these look like private drives. Yeah, those are people's land, so maybe I missed my turnoff. I don't know. But we're just gonna keep, wow, this is deep. Holy crud. Oh, fingers crossed I don't get stuck in this. This is terrible. Major dust cloud behind me. Major. Okay, now it's packed in again. I don't know what the heck's going on. The drama of the road to Pandaland. Okay, deep again. Can't slow down too much. We turned on a different road. It's a road I don't think I've ever been on before. Ooh, it's washboardy. Oh my. I'm just hoping that it's not private land. Some people are definitely not going to take kindly to somebody driving through their land, but there were no posted signs saying private property or no trespass, so. And it's hard to tell what's a road and what's not. Nothing's paved, you know, so. I don't know. I'm going for it. Wish me luck. This is like Escape from Pandaland, or what's. Somebody else. I guess people on the internet are giving it names. And I think they're pretty clever. I like Pandaland. Sorry about the bumps. And somebody said Ausia Zona, which I love that. So yeah, Escape from Ausia Zona. Escape from Pandaland. Okay, so what is this? I don't know. All right, we'll just keep going. So before we get to Flagstaff, we're going to take a hike. I looked up some new ones. I can either stop at one that's they call like a nature walk, and that one is pretty flat, or we can go to another one that looks really great. It's to the top of one of these mountains over here, I think. It's called Slate Mountain, and it's got really great views, but it is a big elevation gain. Well, not a big, but it's definitely an elevation gain, and it's pretty far. It's 5 miles. So I'm thinking we're going to do the nature walk today, and then probably on the way back we'll consider doing that 5-mile hike up the mountain. And yeah, it'll be good for Olive and me, and we'll be relaxed and ready for our visit to Flagstaff. We made it to the nature walkthrough, whatever they call this, the watchable nature trail. I think it's what it's called. But as you can see, there's a pretty steady drizzle, maybe a little more than a drizzle. So I don't know. Probably still do a little bit of the walk, but it's not real warm, so I don't want to get really wet because I think we're up in elevation, so I think it's in the upper 50s here. So that feels pretty chilly. Upper 50s and raining. Poor Olive. I told you we were going for a walk. You were waiting, weren't you? Yeah, you were. You got a big smile? It might just be a little walk, Olive. I'm sorry. Want to smell the air? My windows are so filthy. Everything in here is so filthy. And this interesting person decided to park up on the area where you get to the bathroom. So, you know, handicapped people can't get to the bathroom if you're parked on the ramp. Yeah, you tell him, Olive. Tell him. Okay, be quiet. Well, the parking lot was packed when I pulled in. I guess the rain is scaring people off. It's okay by me, because it actually looks like the rain has stopped now. So, time to walk. It's the Walker Lake Trailhead and Watchable Wildlife Trail. Not totally sure of the difference, but and this is the area we're in. Fort Valley. And it's in the Coconino National Forest. Well, I don't know which is which. They're not marked. So, hopefully there's signs. Please pick up your doggy bags from your fellow hikers. Yes, indeed. Look at all of the aspen up here changing color already. All golden colored. And there's definitely plenty of rain in the area, so. And one of these mountains is what we were going to hike, so we're gonna skip that today. We're gonna do this little walk here. It's actually paved, so it's not much of a hike, but we'll get a little exercise. Olive will enjoy some good sniffies. And we're mostly under a canopy of Ponderosa pines, so we will not get wet, which is good. In the summer of 1996, there was the largest fire in the Coconino National Forest history, and it was in these hills across the way, which are called the Hochdorfer Hills, and it was 19,000 acres of forest that burned. It was also a drought that year, or multiple years, I'm not sure, and lots of high winds, so it burned for 5 days. 19,000 acres. It destroyed a lot of habitat and food for the wildlife. Wildfire is natural and necessary, but unfortunately, a lot of wildfire is man-made. And that's a bad thing. Not a whole lot of flowers in the forest this time of year, but there's these, which I don't know the name of, but they're kind of soft and pretty. yellow and cheery. Well, here comes the rain again. The canopy is not quite as thick as I'd like it because feeling the rain right now. Oh my. Well, a little rain never hurt anybody. We're here hiding under a tree. It's providing a little shelter for us. Olive really, as much as she likes water, she doesn't like the rain, so. It seems to, the rain here, it never seems to last very long. It's like a couple of minutes at a time, and then it passes. And it's very rarely ever more than kind of a heavy drizzle, or a light rain, I guess. We're gonna stand here for a couple of minutes under this tree. If it gets worse, we'll go back. But it already sounds like it's lightening up. Yeah, that rain lasted like 3 minutes, so we'll continue on. Olive needs that exercise, and I sure do too, because at Ausia's house, we do walk, we take walks, and Olive, I play with her, she plays with the other dogs, so she gets more activity than I do, but my body lets me know you've been sitting around too much. You only take one walk a day. It's used to taking multiple walks for many miles, and my body feels good then. It does not feel good when I take a couple of walks a day and do a lot of sitting in the camp chair. So I need this probably more than Olive does even. So, like I said, a few minutes at a time it will rain here. And very rarely ever very long rain, or very hard rain. It's not like the Midwest, where it rains for days. So we're supposed to keep our eye out for woodpeckers, abert, I don't know how do you say that, abert squirrels. Haven't seen anything yet except for a chipmunk. And even, it's possible we might even see mule deer and elk here. Nothing yet, though. So here's a little map. Trail access. So we started there. And now we're here. And this is an aspen grove. It doesn't look like an aspen grove. Okay, side trip to Ponderosa Pines. Oh no, we're here. Okay, so an aspen grove is further down that way. And if we go trail access, okay. So this just goes right back to the parking lot. So that's a very short walk. We're gonna take the path, not the paved one, but this one, and go see an aspen grove and an old corral. Cool. I prefer this type of path. It actually makes me feel like I'm hiking rather than walking on pavement. And a little bit of rain, a little bit of moisture in this forest. The aroma, it's amazing. It smells really good. Ooh, there are badgers here. And it says that they are likely found in these areas between the forest and the meadows. I'm gonna keep my eye out for badgers. I think I've only ever seen one badger, and it was huge, and it was in the Badlands National Park in South Dakota. But I've never seen a badger other than that. Never seen one in the Badger State, which is Wisconsin. Never seen a one. I can see little signs of fall all around. The foliage is starting to change. Look at how pretty that one is. Olive, we gotta watch out for badgers. I hear they can be a little ornery. Well, it's still raining just a bit, but the sun's out. Yay. There's a little aspen tree, very little aspen tree that's turning gold. So this is actually a bit of a garbage dump, and it's mostly cans and metal objects, and it's most likely from a lumber camp that would have been here, but it's possible that it could have been hunters or even sheep herders, summer vacationers, and it's just a way to help us to interpret the diet and activities and even the social life of earlier inhabitants of this area. So young Ponderosa pines, they're known as blackjacks because their bark is so dark. They don't actually mature until they're about 160 years old, and they start to turn more golden in color. So you can see those have started. And then they're called yellow pines or yellow bellies. They don't reach maturity until 240 years. Isn't that crazy? I don't think these are quite that old, but yeah, they're pretty old. We're coming up on that aspen grove, but there aren't that many aspens really to speak of. Looks like a lot of them have fallen. And I just heard a chainsaw. Oh, well, there goes... Oh, I think those are just large deer. I don't think you can see them, but there's a whole herd of them running through the forest over there. They probably were mule deer. We are getting some thunder here. Olive. The sun came out and suddenly it's very humid. Just that little sprinkle caused a whole bunch of humidity. And now I'm sweating a little bit. So there's a trend in the forest that the aspen tree, the ratio of aspens to the other trees is going way down. And they believe that it has something to do with cattle grazing, also elk. And so here and there you'll find protected groves of aspen trees. This one has a short fence and then a much taller fence to, I think, keep the cattle out mostly. So there's fencing, quite a bit of fencing around here. And at first I thought maybe that was private land on the other side, but back a little ways there was actually like a staircase so you can just walk over them if you want to walk in the meadow there. But I just read that the fencing is actually to keep, just for cattle, to keep them out of the protected areas. And that fencing doesn't stop the antelope or pronghorn, that they actually will crawl under the fencing, and the bottom wire is not barbed, so it won't hurt the pronghorn when they climb under or scoot under it. And deer and elk can jump over fencing this tall, so it does not stop the wildlife from moving about, but it will stop cattle from getting into areas that they're trying to protect. So is all the information I'm sharing in this video, is it too much? I don't want it to feel like I'm holding some kind of class or something. But, you know, it's just spreading information, or sharing information, I should say. And I don't know, I find it interesting. So, yeah, but if it's annoying, just let me know. So just to show you close up, you can see this is one of the fences. And the top three wires all are barbed. And then the bottom one is smooth. Something I've never noticed, actually, so. There's an old, really old looking rusty car out here. Just investigate it a little bit. I guess I'm assuming it's a car. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, cool. That would be pretty old, huh? It's been here a long time. I just read that this area, they call these rocks log coral. You can see some in the distance there. And from the 1920s to the 1950s, potato farmers used them to, I guess, protect their crops. And nowadays, it's said that weasels inhabit this area. Oh, you can see up there, they're kind of stacked up like a wall. Yeah. I don't think we want to, I wouldn't mind seeing a weasel, but I don't think Olive wants to go toe-to-toe with a weasel. I hear they're kind of ornery as well. Ornery badgers and weasels. Well, we're back to the van. That was a nice little walk / hike. We got to see a couple of chipmunks, a few crows, some nuthatches, and a whole bunch of deer. But they were on the move, so I didn't get to capture them on film. But yeah, so San Francisco peaks, 12,633 feet. It's Mount Humphrey, and that is the highest peak in Arizona. Can't see it right now because there's some trees in the way, but it would be right over there. So what else is here? Garter snakes, golden mantled ground squirrels. I guess that's what we saw. Oh, there's horned lizards here. Northern flickers, pine beetles. I think those are bad. Stellar's jay. There's the squirrels. Red-tailed hawks, elk, mule deer. Yep. Thanks for coming along on this little hike with us. It was kind of cool. And next time you see us, we'll be in Flagstaff. Olive, what are you doing? Olive, what are you doing?